Welcome to The Love Affair, a relationship podcast. Listen in as we discuss all things love and relationships starting now. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Love Affair podcast. I'm your host, Robin, also known as Robin the Renaissance.
And I'm our husband and co-host, Jimmy K. And we're here. We're back again.
We're back. We took a little bitty break, but that's because we had an amazing week. So we're going to hop right into what's good, what's great, what's been going on.
All right now.
What's been good and what's been great since the last time we were here.
Should have brought my flag. Should have brought the flag. Our Chiefs, my Chiefs, her Chiefs, or her Chiefs,
Sure.
Your Chiefs. Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl 57 champs. And that was, I'm happy.
What a game.
That was a little nerve-wracking again, but we made it through it. And you sat and watched the whole game this time.
I did.
For the most part. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, because you went upstairs a couple times, but
yeah,
you were up there.
I had to take a break. I had to walk away.
You were a champ.
And let the blood pressure come down.
Yeah.
Let the anxiety fall a little bit. But I was like, whew, what a game. I will say this is probably the best. Okay, I won't say it. Would you say it?
The best
The
what?
best Super Bowl you've watched?
Oh, it's the you got recency bias, and it's my team. I would say yes, that was the best.
Okay.
On the other hand, it wasn't the best because I was so nervous. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't really just enjoy the game because I think that was really the first time you stuck around with me watching the game, and yeah. I got a little. I didn't get too bad, but I was a little.
Listen, the
little
energy.
bear. I was a little bear.
You turned into a bear.
Yeah.
But the energy in the whole entire house changes when you're watching football. So I'm like, I can't. It's thick. It's heavy. It's the vibe.
It's just intense. I'm just into
like,
it. I'm just into it. It's like I don't talk much. I'm locked in.
You are, and I'm like, okay, while you're watching the game, I'm gonna run to some thrift stores, antique stores. I'm gonna go and busy myself somewhere.
But not this time.
Not this time.
And I was good though. You was asking questions. I was explaining it very, very, in the right tone and explained it well. But
you
it was
did a good job.
Whew, yeah.
You did a really good job. And our boys won.
That's right.
It was so cool. So cool to watch.
It's on a personal note, it's good because we got a friend, or he's a Bronco fan.
He will not be even acknowledged.
Well, we ain't gonna say his name. We ain't gonna say his name, but
he likes to taunt us.
Yes.
By wearing his
Broncos jacket, sweater, whatever. But anyway,
my eyes small at you.
But we got that guy, and then I got some work friends that are like Raiders fans. So what they will always hold over my head as a Chiefs fan is that Broncos had 3 Super Bowl wins all time. The Raiders had 3 all time.
Ooh.
And they were like, you still only got 2, whatever. Still got more than you.
Now what?
Now we're all even. Now what?
Level set.
That's right.
Okay.
The Raiders and
okay.
See, I was about to go.
Podcast.
Yeah, I was about to go in. You should let me. This is what's going on. This is what I be thinking. So.
I love it.
The Raiders ain't been in the playoffs in I don't know how many years. Haven't won a Super Bowl in 40 years. You know what I mean? And they still just be yakety. All that talking. All this,
Okay.
Anyway, all right.
He is.
I'm good.
The sports fan.
That's right.
Fanatic. The fanatic.
Yeah.
Fan.
Well, yeah. Wait, you don't understand what I go through.
It's true.
All the yakety yak.
I would equate it to perhaps the comment section under the Real Housewives of Anytown, USA post. And when I try to tell you, Robin Dixon and Giselle got on their podcast, put it behind a paywall, said, Wanda, and you're like, I don't care about any of these people or any of the, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but this is good stuff. And you're like,
I have no point of reference.
So when you get
I get fired
go
up.
to the moon over sports stuff, I'm kind of like, I will hang out with you for the first 5 to 10 seconds, and then I'm like, my brain is doing this. Do, do, do,
But I'm pulling you along though.
You are, but
small doses.
Baby steps.
I told you this before. You're not a rookie anymore. I mean, we've been together for a long time and over 20 years, and you need to step your game up.
Dang.
I know. You need to step your game up. You shouldn't,
Okay.
Ain't no rookies in here anymore.
You got
your Philly socks on?
No, I almost put them on because they were right at the top of my drawer, and I said, you know what? Let me not.
Yeah, you're gonna find those in the trash.
Don't you even think that would be okay?
Wait.
Anyway, so we're on a high note. We are still very much happy for various reasons.
That's right.
That the Chiefs won. I love when the city gets together and you just feel that energy anywhere and everywhere. It's beautiful. It is lovely. So we opted out of going to the parade. I can't remember exactly why. Oh, we had something else to do that morning.
Yeah.
But we were going to try it. But honestly, I was like, no, I'll watch it from home. But for the most part, it was great. It's a wonderful week. But other than Super Bowl, the Super Bowl win, and then the parade, it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And
what's our favorite word? Ease.
Ease.
We had a good easy Valentine's Day.
I really enjoy that we've had a range of Valentine's Day, what is it called? Acknowledgements, right? So we've done grand things for each other. We've done small things. Some years we were just like, we really don't have to do anything. Let's just nap, you made reservations and we were going to go out and do something really great, and
then life happened.
Life started to happen, and I think the day before I said, call and cancel the reservation. Let's just stay in and let somebody else have that and enjoy it. And I'll insert a clip if possible. I'll insert a clip of how we spent our Valentine's Day, just being ordinary, regular, degular. Sure.
Okay.
Being just regular, degular, a little glimpse into our lives. Yeah. And it made me think of this. I noticed that this year in particular, there were a lot of people, specifically women, who are coupled up. So a lot of the married women that I follow, they were posting things like, this is a day that you can love on yourself. You don't have to be in a relationship. Don't let this day bring you down. 3 reasons why you shouldn't celebrate Valentine's Day.
And you said these people are in relationships?
Yeah. These are, I want to say 99% of them are married and have been married for about as long as we have. So 18 plus years of marriage that I was watching. And then I was watching some other people who are also, coupled up. And I watched these celebrities and whatnot, and I watched them put on these grand displays of love. And it's quite a production. And I was like, we're not on either extreme right now. But what struck me was that there were a lot of people in relationships advising the singles that are watching them to say, you don't really have to let Valentine's Day ruin your entire month or your day. Yeah. We're not really celebrating it like that. Our love is so real. It doesn't require that, and all these different things. And I'm going to just say this.
Yeah.
While I understood, and also like I just said, we've had a range of different ways of how we've acknowledged Valentine's Day. But something about that messaging felt, it felt a little off. It felt a little tilted. And I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if I said this to you or not, but Juanita Bynum had a teaching series for Christian women called No More Sheets. It came out in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And in that, she mentioned something about something to the effect, don't try to tell me, I guess that she was single at the time, but and the teaching was about, I think, celibacy and or abstinence. And she was saying something to the effect of, don't try to tell me how to be celibate or abstinent or something.
As a married person.
Well, I don't know if she said married person, but this is the thing. She said, when you going home to biceps and triceps. And it was, I don't know why that line has always stuck with me. I found it, amusing. Mm. But bringing it back to this point, I felt that hearing that from people who are married, if you're not married or if you're not in a loving relationship on Valentine's Day, and you hear somebody who's going home to biceps, well, you got to do it like Juanita.
Biceps and triceps. I don't know. I don't sound like
she got that raspy, heavy, man of God type voice. Mm-hmm. When you're going home, I can't do it. Yeah. But biceps and triceps. And she had, she had on that long outfit. I think it was all black. Mm. And she had the little prayer cloth with her mic. Biceps and triceps.
Yeah. Okay. It took you back.
It did. The little girl in me wants to play church. But anyway, I was like, should we be the ones telling people how to feel on Valentine's Day? And I'm curious, if you are a person who is uncoupled or was uncoupled on Valentine's Day, how do you feel about Valentine's Day overall? But how do you feel about people who are going home to legs and hips and body? You know who that is, right? Mm-mm. That's Candy. Oh. Candy was, okay. Center. So if you're hearing that type of, what is it called? Sentiment from... Rhetoric, sentiment, from somebody who is either going home to legs and hips and body, yaddy, or to biceps and triceps.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Do you appreciate that? Or are you kind of feeling like I'm feeling, even though I'm coupled up, that I'm kind of like, but shut your ass up. Because that's how I felt. I was like, but shut your ass up.
Yeah.
I'm telling people how to feel on this day. They got to see all this stuff in their face all week long. And then you see celebrities going ham on bun, trying to show off for the gram, and you telling somebody, don't let this day ruin your mom.
Well, let them, quote unquote, singles, let them take care of themselves. I mean, I don't think we should tell them how to, like you said, should we tell them how to feel? No. If they have an issue seeing that, if that quote unquote triggers them, just kind of take a break from social media and tend to yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, Valentine's Day, however it came about, is still about couples. So it's just.
Yeah, honestly, truly, I don't even know the origin of it.
I mean, but
for the most part, we say it's about expressing love. Yeah. But they've tried to include everyone in those few days, because you have Galentine's Day that I think is on February 12th. Mm-hmm. You have, I think it's called Palentine's Day for friends. And then Valentine's Day for lovers. So it was kind of like, listen, if we're going to celebrate love, we need to celebrate everybody. I'm going to tell you, there are several holidays during the year where I'm kind of like, I got to sit this one out. Mother's Day. Father's Day.
Flag Day.
So it's kind of like, I see it and I'm thinking.
This is like.
Okay, y'all, this is y'all day. And it don't ruin my day.
Yeah.
But okay.
You want to put 1 million flags in your yard? Go ahead. That's your yard. Do it. I'm sorry.
Out of all the
I don't
days,
know why Flag Day.
Come on.
I don't know.
It's a day for anything. Yeah. But I was just curious about that. But anyway, so Valentine's Day. And even though we had a very low-key, ordinary Valentine's Day, that I really love, you know.
Yeah.
I really do. We decided to host our first Love Affair event of the year. We hosted Lovers Lanes.
Yeah.
It was a really cool night of bowling, dinner, and then bowling, and then we did a whiskey and wine down afterwards. When I tell you, that has been the highlight of my week.
You ain't lying there.
What a good time. And again, I'll try to insert some footage here of that so that you guys can see some of the things that we do outside of hosting a podcast. It's so fun to just hang out with friends and also friends who are couples.
Right.
I love that so much. So,
No, I enjoyed it.
yeah.
Other than the fellowship, getting around, talking, laughing, all that, the competition.
Yeah.
I like to compete and bowl. We could have bowled all night. Like I didn't have to have dinner or dessert afterwards. We could have just bowled all night and kept going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I enjoyed it. That was
We
good.
have to find a bowling alley that stays open a little bit later because I haven't bowled definitely since before 2020, but it's been so long.
Yeah.
But a lot of us were a little rusty, but once we started to warm up, ooh, the competitive beast in us. What a time. So definitely want to do a rematch with that.
Yeah.
What else was going on?
I think that was it, isn't it? Was something else?
Ooh. You know what? I just wanted to plug this. Well, that's part of the reason why we took some time off. So we had to recuperate because from the Super Bowl and all the excitement around that, all of the plans for that week, we just were really pooped. And I will tell you, one of the things that I really enjoy to relax, relate, release, is binge watching things on TV. My absolute new favorite show is Traitors. I need more of it.
And that
Traitors
comes on what?
is on Peacock. I don't know if it's on network TV, like if it comes on a certain night. I found it on Peacock. And listen, if you love Big Brother, if you love Survivor, if you love The Amazing Race, if you like competition shows like that, oh my God, The Challenge on MTV, I live for these kind of shows. And I mean, I was trying to rope you in. You were like, what is going on here? And I'm like, there are traitors and there are faithfuls. They murdering people in the middle of the night.
Not for real murder, but yeah. But no, I it seemed like it was good, but I was just kind of lost.
Yeah.
I was sitting there eating my chicken and watching, and I'm like, I didn't want to ask a whole lot of questions, so I'm like, okay, I'm lost. It's good, but you can have it right now.
So being able to just have that downtime to find something really good on TV to watch, and then it just sucks you in. Now I'm in the show hole again because I'm like, what else am I going to watch?
I get you out of that show hole.
Into what?
Some weather stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We get you out of that show hole. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, fine. So that's what we've been up to. And what else? Anything you got?
I think that's all I got.
You got on that one? Okay. Hey there, are you enjoying the conversation as much as we are? Then let us know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're here every other Thursday with a brand new episode, and you do not want to miss it. Okay, all right, back to the conversation. So one of the things that we want to do in this episode is introduce a brand new segment called It's On and Poppin'.
Oh.
It is where we discuss something that is trending online in pop culture. So a lot of times I'm scrolling on social media and I'm saving things and we're discussing it later and, you know, whatnot. And I said, ooh, we should bring some of that discussion here. So we're going to kick this segment off with a question that I would like to pose to you, the listener, to you, the co-host. A question that I am still pondering myself.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What the hell is wrong with Nia Long?
Oh, wow.
Here's why I'm asking the question. Nia Long, as a lot of us know, beautiful black queen.
She's a black fan
She's the
favorite.
fan favorite. She is the home girl for a lot of us of a certain generation. However, have y'all been paying any attention to what Nia Long has been saying? So last fall, her fiance of 12 years and the father of her youngest son was caught. Well, I shouldn't even say caught, was exposed for engaging in an
Isn't
they're even married, so he was
infidelity.
He was I think a coach for.
He was the head coach of the Celtics.
Head coach of the Celtics. Thank you. I'm so glad the sports person is here because I'm like
I'm good for something.
Yes, but he was cheating with one of his colleagues and or peers. So I think there was whatever it was a workplace affair, and the Celtics decided to publicly announce why they were suspending him. And the fans, I'm one of those fans that rallied to Nia Long's side to support her. She ended up, logging off of socials for a little bit. And then she came back out because they needed to promote the Best Man holiday. So during that period, though, she went radio silent. And people were like, he fumbled this so badly. How did he cheat on beautiful Nia Long with Becky with the good hair? And this is not cool at all. So she had my support and still does in that regard. Well, she has been in interviews since December, even up to now. She is featured. She's a cover girl, I think, or featured in the Cut magazine's February issue. And she is again talking about her experience with the Celtics during this whole ordeal of her fiance's infidelity. Here, let me get to the point. Nia Long has stated numerous times that she feels like the Celtics, my words, paraphrasing, they have betrayed her and her privacy and their, I guess, allegiance to her as part of the Celtics family culture by talking about their decision to deal with a workplace potential sexual harassment or sexual, what's called misconduct.
I don't know if you would call it misconduct either because they were both consensual adults. So I don't, harassment and misconduct, that changes the tone. So
it does change
sex
the tone.
In the workplace.
You're right. It does change the tone because they had to do an investigation.
Right.
From what we all understood as fans when this came out was that the reason they were suspending him was because they needed to investigate whether or not there was some type of issues going on that in fact could be a liability against their organization. Yeah. They were doing an investigation. So it was either way. She has said something like, y'all made my personal business public.
Yeah.
And then in the article, I went to the article because at first when she was saying it, I was like, okay, she's still healing. She said this to Stephen A. Smith when she was interviewing with him. I'm mad at the Celtics. On the Breakfast Club, I'm mad at the Celtics. In the Cut magazine article, I'm still mad at the Celtics. And I'm like, Nia, are you insane? And we just don't know this because it was not the Celtics' responsibility to protect your relationship, image, privacy. They don't owe you that, ma'am. Your anger and your fury, in my opinion, is misdirected.
Right.
And I have not heard her express enough about her fury and venom towards her fiance. Right. And I'm like, has he gotten off scot-free in this whole thing? Because she kind of is skimming over, I had to uproot my life, but my son is taking it really hard. And I'm like, baby, we don't care too much about that. Fine, the kids got, we understand that. Nia, if you're going to talk about it, talk about what he did to you.
Yeah.
And that's the part that is missing from this whole thing. She hasn't addressed publicly how it has impacted her. She has kind of disassociated a little bit and said, this is the Celtics, this is what they did to me, and this is how this is affecting my son. And I'm like, but what about you? Because the fans didn't come to you and say, tell me about the boy. How is he handling all this? We were like, Nia, we love you. I'm so sorry this happened to you, sweetheart. And then you gonna come out and talk to us about the Celtics. And I'm like, she keeps talking about this as if she wants us to do something about this with the Celtics. And I'm like, what do you want us to be angry with the Celtics? What do you need from us? We rallying with pitchforks and billy clubs and everything after your fiance, and you keep trying to redirect our rage to the Celtics. And it's like, who are we angry at?
Right. Well, you kind of took my thunder because.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's all right. It happens. It was just the way I look at it is just misdirected anger and venom. That's exactly what I was gonna say, because I think she at some point did she say something like black women are the least protected people in the world or America or whatever. The person that was supposed to protect her is the one that betrayed her. So it wasn't the Celtics' job to, in my opinion, it wasn't the Celtics' job to cover her, protect her, look out for her. That was his job.
Teach.
And he didn't do it. So the anger should 100% be at him. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why she's taking this route. Maybe it's self-preservation. Maybe she's just protecting herself. Maybe. I don't know, but it's not the Celtics' fault that this happened. That's on him. He steps outside of the relationship and did this. So I don't know. I don't understand, without, of course, not knowing the whole story or the full story. I don't understand how she arrived there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And I try to do my absolute best to listen, to gain an understanding. And I knew that I was hearing her in interviews saying this, and I was just like, okay, girl, shut up. But when they did a magazine article, I said, they're going to sit with her a little bit longer, and she's going to talk a little bit more. Let me go to the cut and let me read. I was like, let me read. I didn't get a magazine. I was scrolling. I was like, let me read. What is she talking about? And so when she went on this weird journey of attaching the black woman is the least protected, because the way she got there was, I understand what the Celtics did and why they did it, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. Let's just say fear and stupidity, something to that effect. And then she leapt in a single bound. Is that what Superman does? He can jump a tall building
in a single bound.
Single bound. She leapt in a single bound to Malcolm X said the black woman is the least protected person in the world, and something or other. And I'm like, ma'am, your fiance appears to be black.
Yeah. And he didn't do it.
And he didn't do it. Again, where did this, the other thing is, what is this conversation of race and protection? How did we get here? Because he still cheated on you with someone who is not a black woman. Race isn't even the point.
And
he cheated on you, ma'am.
Right. And that comment that she made, that causes us, everybody else, to make that leap that maybe she was inferring that if there had been a different race, that it would have been covered. Because she keeps saying that. Okay, not I'm saying me. I'm saying me because that's the only, to me, that's the only logical leap or conclusion I can come to. If she's saying the black woman are the least protected people in America, and the Celtics didn't, she's upset because they exposed, I use that word, they exposed everything. Mm-hmm. The only conclusion I can come to is she's inferring that if this had been a white couple, that it would have been swept under the rug and covered.
Okay, well, if
I don't know. I mean, that's a big leap to come there. I don't know, but that's her inference, I think, and it leads us all to talk about it, try to figure it out, I guess. I don't know.
Us. Because I actually was like, I'm not even going to really talk about this.
My bad.
You know, I mean, her issue with him, I was like, I really don't even want to do that. But it's because of how this has now like wrapped around in the corner and became this other thing. And I'm like, it's now February, March. You're still talking about it. And this happened in the fall, and this is what you're landing on? Like, you haven't progressed from this stance to understand that this is a bigger issue, ma'am. And it's not a race issue that from what based on only the information she gave us.
Right.
She hasn't really explained a lot about why she's inserting race here.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it's a moot point. Again, we don't care if somebody else is covering for another cheater. We are still rallying behind you, Nia, because it appeared that this happened to you what's called
warranted,
unjustly, or I don't know. I can't find the right word, but yeah, kind of like, how could you do this to our Nia? So we don't care about, I don't know. But here's the thing. I was trying to just let this be. But here's the other thing about Nia Long that came up on my timeline. An interview she did about 6 years ago has resurfaced. 6 years ago was 2019?
6 years ago?
6 years was...
That's like 2017.
I don't even know.
It's 2023.
Thank you.
I got your math. I got your back.
Thank you. 2017. She was on a panel, and I can't remember exactly if she was speaking to a group of women and what she was there for, but she's on stage, and this excerpt from her, from that conversation, she is discussing being 16 years old.
It was something like 16, 17
16,
maybe?
17
I don't know.
years old, and she was dating a 30-year-old man, and she laughed and she giggled and she talked about it. You can hear the audience gasp, like,
but he did it the right way. He talked to her mom and all.
And that's what she said.
Right.
She's like, no, it was fine. He did it the right way. He asked my mom for permission. He was such a wonderful boyfriend. He taught me how to do my hair. And he was so great, you know? And I'm like...
Yeah. It was jarring.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was a jarring to hear. And, you know, especially with... Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was just... I'm going to let you finish, and I'm going to say, go ahead, you finish, because I want to let you get your point out. But it was jarring.
Go ahead. I want to hear how and why it jarred you.
I mean,
not like that, but
right.
I want to hear your point.
Simple answer. We're talking about a minor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, men have gotten in trouble being closer in age, but they're still a minor. You still can get in trouble if you're 20 and they're 17 or something like that. You still, I mean, You still can.
Yeah, it's
I
still
don't
a
know if you go
minor.
to jail or what. I don't know
Yeah.
what to get charged with, some statutory rape and all that.
Depending on the state,
Depending on the state.
what their thing is, because some states,
It was jarring.
we're not attorneys,
Yeah. No, not even close. But the jarring, I mean, the jarring part is 30-year-old man, 17-year-old girl, and then the 30-year-old man getting permission from the 17-year-old's mother, and the mother is also okay with it.
Yes, and she
So
said, "Go ahead." Oh,
I don't know. It's
gonna
just
be great. Sorry to cut you off,
yeah.
but it's so many things
Yeah.
in this whole dynamic that just is infuriating to hear. I felt that she was adding levity to a very serious issue of older men preying on younger girls. In 2017, there were already discussions around the Me Too movement, Jeffrey Epstein, R. Kelly. There were already issues brewing around these types of dynamics, right? In 2017, Nia is, I think, 50-ish years old.
She's 50-something.
So she was 40-something, and she knows, I would think, she would know better at 40-something, looking back at her teenage self to say, that was not
appropriate.
That was not appropriate. That was not okay. How did I get into that? The adults in the situation were not adulting hard enough on my behalf. And I come from a situation or an environment where older men routinely preyed on us teenage girls. In school, several of my friends were in inappropriate relationships with the janitors, the security guards, the bus drivers, the guys who ran the corner store, gas stations. All of these people are men messing around, hanging around with teenage girls. The drill team person. I think by my senior year, there were several girls involved with men, adult males. After we graduated, one of my classmates actually married our bus driver. So I think we might have turned 18 that summer. But she had already been involved in a relationship with him.
So at least it was legal.
Yeah.
Legal when they got married, huh?
One of my classmates was pregnant by the drill team leader.
Yeah.
One of my friends was meeting up with the school janitor. And as girls, we don't really understand. We know it's wrong, but we don't fully understand.
Yeah.
Because if it's the culture, you don't fully know that it's as wrong as it is.
Yeah.
But as you get older and you're like, oh my God, almost all of the men who were supposed to be in positions where they are
not leadership.
caregivers.
Okay. Caretakers.
No, a person. If you're a caretaker, you take care from someone. So you're typically the invalid. If you're the caregiver, you give care. So you're like the nurse or the yeah. So they, in some capacity, and that may not be the right word, caregiver, but they had a responsibility, and they were in these environments, and it's not okay. So when I heard Nia say that, and she laughed it off, and she was like, "No, but it was really fun," and I'm like, "You are a damn lie, and your mama is crazy too."
Listen, just to wrap this up on Nia Long, can we just imagine, y'all out there imagine, same scenario with Nia Long telling a story. Let's just flip that to that if that was a man.
Enough said.
Saying, yes, I met a 17-year-old.
No, not you. I don't want anybody to put that soundbite or anyone.
The man said that he met a 17-year-old girl got permission from the girl's mother to date. Whether that was 6 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, I think it would have been a social media storm of criticism to that man. So I don't know if you just flip it. It seems like it makes more sense.
Yeah, for
not
some
even more
people.
Sense to some people. Not more sense.
It's more egregious. No, it's not. It's equal. It's equal.
It's equal, but it will seem more egregious if that was a man that told that story. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Because this is not, to me, it's not getting a lot of run. Nobody's, probably in the comments it is, but like nationally or whatever, like, I don't know. If that man had said that, I think it would have been a lot more backlash. So.
Yeah, and here's what I would hope for Nia, whoever is on her PR team. I want them fired. I want them fired, but also I want her to get a good team around her to help her to craft these messages a little better. And if this, I don't even know why somebody went back into the vault to pull this interview out, because I never heard this before, even 6 years ago, but somebody went digging and they put it out today. I would really like for Nia to have an opportunity to say, you know what, guys, let me make this right.
Yeah.
6 years ago, I looked at that and I thought this way. And now I'm seeing it again through the lens of my 50-plus-year-old eyes. And I can honestly see this was not a good situation. This is not anything to laugh and joke about. I don't want to encourage anyone else to be in these situations on either end. I don't want a 17-year-old thinking it's okay to be with a 30-year-old man. And I definitely don't want, men to be out here hanging around the high school. Preying on them. Mm-hmm. So I wish she could just come out and clean this up a little bit. At the time of recording this, I have not heard that. And again, it just leaves me with an unanswered question of what the hell is wrong with Nia Long. So that's the end of our new segment, y'all. On occasion, we are going to talk about some pop culture things when it comes up and when it gets us into some type of fiery chit chat, because that was one of them I just couldn't let go.
Right.
But you ready to take a break?
Let's take a break.
Okay. That's all the time we have for today, but we're definitely continuing the conversation in the next episode. You don't want to miss it. Before you go, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, rate, follow, do all of those things that will let us know you enjoyed the conversation and that you support us. That would really encourage us to keep going. So until next time, thank you so much for listening and take care.